Hey, what's going on, Watkins? And I'm reporting to you guys from New Orleans. I hope you guys can hear me and see me okay. Give me a yes or no in the chat if you can hear me and see me okay. I was just chiming in real quick. I have a different background because I'm in New Orleans. We're doing our weekend wealth summit in New Orleans with the Black Business School. If you still want to join us via live stream, you can sign up for our lecture series, do a 30-day free trial at drboyceneworleans.com. That's drboyceneworleans.com. If you live in New Orleans, there's no more tickets available for the actual event itself, but we are going to come back around the time of the Essence Fest, and we do have a bigger space. So if you want to come down and hang out at the Essence Fest and also get a chance to meet us in person and learn, we would love to have you down. Now, somebody says new microphone. Yeah, it is a new microphone. Didn't cost me much though. I don't run my podcast on a big budget. I try to keep the costs down. But I found this microphone. I like it. The audio comes through good. I assume you guys can hear me okay. Let me know if you can hear me okay. On the phone, you guys won't be able to hear me any different. But on here, you guys should be able to hear me pretty well. So anyway, let me hop in here and just kind of let you guys know what's on my mind tonight. So I was, getting ready for tomorrow morning. For our weekend wealth summit, and I get a message from Jade Arundel. Shout out to Jade Arundel from FlyNubianQueenTV.com, and she basically forwards me a message from Brother Ben X, who put this message on Facebook. So shout out to Brother Ben. And basically, from what I have seen, Minister Louis Farrakhan has been suspended from Twitter. Now, a few months ago, there was a lot of suspensions from social media because they defined him to be a person that pushes forth hate speech and all these other things, which, of course, you guys know I don't agree with at all. And it's, it is what it is, right? So right now he's been suspended. I sent a text over to my friend Nuri Muhammad, who's a Nation of Islam member or just a respectable, really great Black man. And he's basically, I've let him know that my platform's open, that if they want any space where they can make sure the message gets out, I'm definitely a volunteer in that army. And I think that by using the hashtag Farrakhan, we can actually speak on the injustice. I think that also I'm asking all of you, I think coming together as one unified force is the way we can actually counter some of this social media abuse, some of the social media hatred, social media oppression, if you want to call it that. It's racism. That's what it is, right? Basically, think about it. They took a vote amongst Black people. They said that your vote matters, but your vote doesn't matter. And I keep telling you guys that. So imagine if they took a vote amongst Black people. Let's say they took a vote and they said, how many of you Black people want to get rid of Louis Farrakhan on Twitter? Yes or no? Yes or no? Do you think Louis Farrakhan should be suspended or banned from Twitter? Give me a yes or no. Let's take a vote right here, right now. I'm gonna see how many of you in here say yes. Most of you are probably gonna say no, I assume. Let's vote. Yes or no? Should Louis Farrakhan be banned from Twitter, suspended, kicked off, removed, throttled down? Yes or no? Yes or no? Right. So the answers are no, 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 no. Right. So one of the elements of oppression, one of the signs of oppression, is when your opinion is over here and their opinion's over there, but it doesn't matter because their opinion becomes the opinion that dominates the conversation. So effectively, this sort of racism and this, interesting disparate treatment, that's something that kind of exists all throughout society. It exists whether you're Democrat or Republican, no matter which part of the country you live in. And that's the kind of thing I'm very much against. And it's one of the reasons why I'm a big believer in owning and doing for self. I'm a big believer that if we own our own spaces, our own platforms as much as possible, we can minimize the amount of time where we get imperialized from a cultural standpoint. Your enemy doesn't have to actually, in fact, your enemy doesn't have to actually feel like they're your enemy in order to be your enemy. Your oppressor sometimes actually thinks that they're your friend. A lot of times, sometimes your oppressor is actually somebody who might define themselves as an ally. And let me give you an example. I remember when I was a little kid, and I had a friend, and I remember this friend was a little bit older than me, and this friend, whenever we get up and they'd say, let's go play at the park, and I say, no, I actually want to go play basketball. And then we still end up going to play at the park, right? Or if I say, or if it's time to eat, and they say, let's go to McDonald's. I say, well, let's go to Burger King. And we still end up going to McDonald's, right? And I remember one day, I remember I just told him about himself. I said, man, you ain't really my friend. And he's like, what do you mean? Like, I'm your friend. Like, we're friends, we're buddies. And I said, no, actually, you think you're my buddy, but you're not. You're really oppressing me because I didn't use the word oppression because I didn't even know what oppression was at the age of 10. But I said, every time I say, let's do something, we can't do it. But every time you say, let's do something, we got to do what you want to do. And that's what white folks do to you. That's what your so-called allies do. Your so-called allies are the ones where they say, sure, we want to hear Black opinions. We want Black people to be a part of our tribe, right? And then you say, okay, well, if you want us as part of your tribe, then let's do things this way. And they said, oh, no, we can't do it like that. That would be anti-Semitic. That would be homophobic. That would be sexist. That's toxic masculinity, right? But then they come along and they bring some shit to you that you don't even want, where you're like, what is this? Like, this isn't who I am. I don't want to be a part of this. And they're like, no, you got to do this. You got to do this. And if you don't, we're going to bully you and harass you and dog you out and talk shit about you until you finally cave and give in because we control the money anyway. Right. And so if you want to know why I talk about economics, I don't talk about economics because I'm all into money like that. A lot of people get confused. They think I'm just here to give financial advice and shit like that. And they think I'm a finance professor who happens to be Black. And you just got it wrong. If you think I'm a finance professor who just happens to be Black, you got it wrong. I'm a Black man who happens to be a finance professor. I'm Black first, B1. Type B1 in the chat if you agree with me. I am Black first every day of the week and twice on Sundays. And the reality is that you can't talk about economics without discussing the lens through which a Black person must see his economic situation as a key to either his liberation or a key to his oppression, depending on whether or not he makes the right moves, right? You can't talk about building wealth without the additional stimulant of knowing that it's a life or death for Black people, that if you don't build your own and own your own, then somebody's going to own you. Like my friend Andre C. Hatchett, he has a shirt on, or he has a shirt brand that says own or be owned. And I agree with that. If you don't own something, then someone's going to own you. And so anyway, do me a favor. Could you please hit the thumbs up button real quick? If you guys could please hit the thumbs up button. Also, just a reminder, speaking of ownership, we actually own and have created financial workbooks and flashcards for children. So if you want your children to learn about economics, we have some great workbooks and flashcards specifically invented for Black children by us. You could go to financialworkbooks.com. That's financialworkbooks.com. And there's more stuff going on. I'll tell you more about it. Actually, speaking of solutions, some of you may or may not know about Blag Enough. Blagenough.com. That is a social media platform that we put in place. I'm preparing for my social media death. You're making a estate plan and you're planning for your death, right? Because you don't know when you're going to die and when you're going to go out. I'm planning for my social media death by basically creating a platform. It's called Blag Enough. You can go there right now. It's a play off the word Black enough. If you're Black enough, you can go to Blag Enough. And it operates a lot like Facebook, and it's ours. We have a trademark on this term. This belongs to us. And basically, I created Blag Enough because I saw the writing on the wall. I saw that this freedom of speech thing does not count if you're Black. That basically they will let a guy like a Donald Trump sit and rail away on whoever he wants on Twitter and say nothing about it, right? They'll let the Democratic Party, say whatever they want, or some of the Black women that work for the Democratic Party say whatever they want about Black men, and there's no hate speech, no hate conversation that pops up, right? Let white supremacist groups run rampant on Twitter, right? Let Republicans just say whatever they want on Twitter, but then when a guy like a Farrakhan, a hero to the community, a man that we respect, a man that we all love, a man whose back that we all have, a man that many of us would take a bullet for, myself included. When he speaks a little bit of truth, they define him as hate speech. Now, again, first of all, I think you got to be really cautious about, what you're talking about in terms of which speech should be censored and which speech should not be censored. If speech is harmful, meaning if somebody's getting killed because of what you said, then that's dangerous speech, right? That's dangerous. That's a threat, right? So you can tell me, give me a yes or no. Yes or no. Can you name anybody anywhere in the last 5 years that was killed as a result of a speech or words that came out of the mouth of Louis Farrakhan? Has Farrakhan ever ordered the beating, the killing, the assassination of any person on this planet? At any time that you've ever heard him speak in public, in an interview, in a speech, in a book, has he ever ordered anybody to be hurt or to be harmed? Yes or no? I'm gonna let you guys vote on that. I want you to vote. It's like Jeopardy. We'll play the Jeopardy music. Do 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 do. The answer is no. In fact, the answer should be hell no. Now I'm gonna ask you another question. In the last 5 years, have you ever heard Donald Trump use language or words? Yes or no? Have you ever heard him use language or words that involved the infliction of some sort of assault on another person, maybe grabbing them by the blankety blank, or get them the hell out of here, inciting mob violence? Have you ever heard Donald Trump use words and language that invoked or implied some form of violence toward another person? Yes or no? Did anybody hear? Yes or no? Did anybody hear when he said I could walk down the street on Fifth Avenue and shoot somebody and still get elected? Does anybody ever hear that? Has that ever happened? Yes, he has. He's done it on many occasions. So I think that they got to get their facts straight in terms of getting down to the basic core idea. I mean, I'm good at breaking things down to the basics. The basics of this. If people are talking on social media, there are some people who talk and they cause violence. There are people who threaten to kill another person. There are people who tell you, go beat that son of a bitch up. There are people who tell you, go get you a gun and go kill somebody tomorrow. There are people who say things like that, right? There are people whose words cause direct harm to other people. There are people whose words are actually threats to other people. And then there are people who just have an opinion and a point of view that you don't agree with. And I don't think they understand the difference. I think that in their mind, they're putting Farrakhan in a category that we know he does not belong. Farrakhan is not a man who has ever ordered anybody to be harmed on Twitter or anything like that. He's never said anything like, go out here and go get them. Right. So, I think that as Black people, I'm probably pointing out the obvious to many of you. And I think breaking it down kind of allows you to kind of see and understand the BS for what it is. What are the next steps? I sent a text message over to Nuri Muhammad as soon as I found out, let Nuri know that that my platform's open to make sure that the minister's message gets out there. I assume that they can't shut us all down. He's got great allies like Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg went on his platform to basically pledge allegiance to the nation and to the minister, which I think he deserved that. And so he's got plenty of soldiers out here. And I encourage you, when you're talking about this issue, use the Farrakhan hashtag. And also early next week, I believe Nuri will come on the platform and let us know the next steps. I'm really wondering if some sort of legal action is called for. I would help pay for those lawyers. I mean, seriously, like I really think it's time for people to start getting sued so that they will know how serious we are about some of these issues. But at the same time, while we're suing, we also have to be building. So we did, our little part. We created Blag Enough, and there's thousands of people on there. So if you want to go to Blag Enough, here's how you spell it. Here's the URL, blagenough.com. So we can't do everything perfect. I wish I had all the money in the world to do all the things I want to do, but we have to work with the money that we have. We have to work with the expertise that we have. Some things we're building, some things are going to take some time, but we're doing our absolute best. And I just want us to know that we should never give up. And I'm doing this video because I feel that you guys need to hear what's going on in, behind the scenes. What else is going on? I can tell you this. Those of you who are believers in Black wealth, I have received tremendous evidence to say that the building Black, the independent Black wealth message is resonating at a very high level now. I don't want to say too many names, but I happen to know of some household name celebrities who have adopted Powernomics philosophies. And I was really excited to hear about this because I see it as a turning point. Like I see this as being Black history. I see this as a period where we are making history that's going to be remembered by Black people for the next 400 years. I see us as the new Marcus Garveys, us, not me, not you, not one person, not two or three people. I'm talking about all of us. Like I see us as a collective having a lot to be proud of. And I will just say at the end of the day, And I wish I could tell y'all everything I heard, but I tell you, put it this way, it was so exciting to me that I was literally ready. I was inside my heart and my mind, I was jumping up and down because this is what I used to dream about is, mainstream Black celebrities adopting, teaching, and marketing powernomics principles to the world and economic empowerment principles to the world. And that's something that I've been working to do, by pushing Dr. Claude Anderson out there. Getting him on the Breakfast Club was a really big deal. And big shout out to Charlemagne, because Charlemagne did not have to have him on there. Charlemagne reached out to me about getting Dr. Anderson on. And I just really think that you guys should understand that what you're doing is really working. It may take time, for you to see the results the way you want. You may never see them. You may die without seeing them. But I told Dr. Anderson, I said, honestly, I think any of us could die right now knowing that we did our part. I said, you've done your part. I don't know how many more years you have. Hopefully you have another 100 years left. But I said, you've done your part. And I think I've done my part. And I'm ready to pass. I'm still be here. Hopefully I'll be here a long time. But I'm totally okay with passing the torch to young people. And that's why I talk to you guys, because I want you to have the courage to take that torch and run with it. This is not a celebration of Boyce Watkins. This is a celebration of the extraordinary nature of Black people. The power in our DNA, man. We are the greatest human beings in the history of this earth. And I'll tell you what, don't let us wake up completely. It's about to be a wrap. it's about to be a wrap. So anyway, let me go. Once again, our Weekend Wealth Summit is happening in New Orleans right now, starting tomorrow morning. If you'd like to join us via live stream, you can join for free in the live stream by doing a 30-day trial in our lecture series, where there's a lot of powerful content in there. Lectures. I'm talking about events on how to own hotels, how to get government contracts, just all kinds of powerful stuff. But you can try it for free. And we just ask if you like it, that you stay, that you don't try to come and rip us off, because we're a small Black business. But if you want to try it out, and you want to come to the event, go to drboyceneworleans.com. That's drboyceneworleans.com. And once again, our financial workbooks for kids are at financialworkbooks.com. That's financialworkbooks.com. So in case you ever wonder why I have to market things when I do my podcast, it's because that's how media operates. The way media runs is you need corporate sponsors that will pay for the platform. Well, we don't have corporate sponsors. We can't go to Bank of America or McDonald's or Walmart and get money. We have to actually create our own products and market our own products to keep the platform going. So it's a little business lesson for everybody to understand kind of how that works. So that it is what it is. But anyway, I'm about to go, guys. Have a good night, and love you, and I'll see you soon. Take care. Peace.